Today, we're going to be talking about one of my personal favorite magic items.
Alright. What is it, Mr. White? Lay it on me. Beans.
As a Mexican-Polish man, I feel I have not only the authority, but the responsibility to dictate the 12 wondrous effects of one of D&D's most chaotic magic items. In this video, you'll see a man explode, another eaten by a tree, and another braided by a gorilla, all courtesy to this chaotic bag of beans. You'd think something that insane would look as grandiose as the Great Cloud Gate of Illinois. Really, I wouldn't blame you. Maybe it's the Mandela effect, but for years I was convinced that the official artwork shared the chromatic allure of the hypnotic Chicago bean. Really, they're just ordinary beans, which are way less cool looking but are surprisingly heavy, weighing 1/4 pound per bean. The bag itself weighs 1/2 pound. Now just tell me a chrome bean wouldn't have worked so much better. In order to use one of these beans, you need to plant it in dirt or sand and then water it. According to the stat block, a lack of basic botany will do nothing for you but set yourself and anything nearby on fire. Talk about a spicy bean. After about a minute, one of 12 very particular things could happen, each more absurd than the last depending on your luck with the D100. The first would make most stoners jump with glee, as a large clump of toadstools sprout from the ground which could either poison or invigorate the person who eats them. Those who have ventured into the realm of psychedelics might understand the feeling of eating a strange mushroom and not knowing what to expect next. It's a wonderful feeling. Number 2, a massive geyser erupts from the ground, spraying out water, juice, wine, oil, tea, really anything the DM's demented mind can conjure up. Many of those things are pretty mundane and annoying, but the one I really want to focus on is oil, because although the prospect of a massive geyser gushing out flammable liquid might be alluring to a Texan or any member of Congress, this is D&D Fantasyland, and the only thing that's going to accomplish is a grouping of really pissed off eco-terroristic druids or a smoldering village. Number 3, a large treant sprouts from the ground and will either be a friendly fella eager to help you storm the Tower of Orthanc or toss the player into one of those lore-accurate Grimm's tales.
Den där mystiska mannen sa jag skulle ha min älskling om jag planterade den här. 27 år och allt det tog att plantera en simpel böna. Nu ska det hända fina saker. Oh boy. Hallå min älskade. Hallå min käre. Nej. Förbannade skogsrå. Jag blir lurad.
Number 4, an animate immobile stone statue rises up from the ground to harass you. Like most edgy teens, after being exposed to Limp Bizkit, the statue holds nothing but contempt for its creator. It'll go as far as it can, describing you as a soulless reptilian husk, with a morality akin to the likes of Anton Chigurh, Judge Holden, Morgoth, or the genocidal coup. Normally, this wouldn't be too much of an issue, but for some reason, its hate for you is on par with that of Am from I Have No Mouth and I Can't Scream, encouraging anyone it speaks to seek you out and kick your ass.
Take off that crown, I'm kicking your ass.
And similar to Am, can transcend the rules of reality. It knows where you are, even if you're on another plane of existence. It lives a short, miserable life and will use every second of it to ensure that its hate for you is shared. After 24 hours, it turns into an inanimate stone statue, but by then the deed has already been done, and your reputation left sullied and soiled faster than Kanye's on Twitter.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
This man has sex with cows!
What? No, what the hell?
Hi, that guy over there diddles cows!
No, I don't. Tell him. Hey!
Number 5, compared to the last few, this one's pretty mundane. A blue campfire appears and that's just about it. Nothing special about the blue campfire, it's just a blue campfire. Moving on.
You might think you've won, but I've got one more trick up my sleeve. Oh, beans.
Number 6. 7 to 12 shriekers sprout up intent on giving the player some form of tinnitus. Number 7. A grouping of 9 to 12 bright pink toads appear and turn into a larger or smaller monster of the DM's choice. They disappear after a minute, and usually I flavor the monster by making them pink. But depending on your level and how bad of a weekend your DM has had, the cruelty could go one of two ways. It could be a cutesy Disney-esque encounter or the TPK of the century. So I really recommend bringing some good snacks on D&D day, and if you're on Roll20, God help you.
My word, that has to have been one of the most mundane and trivial tricks I have ever witnessed, sorcerer. I'd laugh, but it isn't worth my breath.
You misunderstand, Your Highness. These are no ordinary frogs.
As if I'd be so easily impressed. Pshaw!
Well, no, Your Highness, you see...
Why don't you just carry on to that phallic fortress you call a tower?
You misunderstand, Your Highness. These frogs are...
No, perhaps you misunderstand.
What?
Your spells suck!
What?
I am not entertained nor interested.
But I...
Carry on.
but...
Auf Wiedersehen. Go away.
Wait...
Shoo!
You bitch.
The least he could have done was taken those croaking cretins with him. Just look. They're going to spread mediocrity all over the carpets. Servant boy, dispose of them.
At once, Your Grace.
Everything just I don't understand. Oh no.
Number 8, a very hungry Bulette, a ground shark for the uninformed, burrows out of the ground and gives your party the Jaws experience that they never asked for. Number 9, a delectable fruit tree appears with 21 to 30 delicious fruit, with a couple acting as wondrous magical potions. If your DM is extremely generous, they'll be helpful to whatever goal or quest you've set out on. But if they're like me, they'll throw 20 random effects on a wheel and let that baby spin. As a bonus, one of the fruits are poisonous, which is also left to the hands of the DM.
You serious, man? Fuck did they do with the fruit salad? You're always doing this stuff. You're always just... I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. You're just... You have a way. You have a way of just ruining
everything you touch!
Number 10, a nest of 4 to 7 eggs appear, which if given to any player with an iron gut can increase their lowest ability score by 1, randomly picking if there are multiple. Though being unable to handle the forbidden boil will result in the stomach-exploding catastrophe that would kill most low-level players and make Houdini blush.
Well, down the hatch. Gee willikers, I feel great. What about you, Lenny?
Lenny? No,
I realize now I could have made a deviled egg joke with a Faustian Deal-esque punchline, but I'm not clever enough to do that, so, Number 11, you didn't return the slab. Planting the bean was just an excuse. The pharaoh's curse has been found, and a 60-foot-high square-based pyramid bursts from the ground. For scale, that's roughly the size of each head on Mount Rushmore. Inside of the pyramid is a small fortune's amount of treasure, and a pissed-off mummy lord ready to share the tomb.
I'm sorry. I was just plotting these beans. I really didn't mean to wake you up.
Judgment and the net perna.
Number 12, a giant beanstalk sprouts from the ground, growing as high as, you guessed it, the DM's choice, leading to a place the DM chooses, and yeah, basically Jack and the Beanstalk. You could really be creative with this. The reason this is my favorite magic item is because this lone event changed the course of my early campaign's history, giving that party a hearty challenge and an interesting home base. This to me is by far one of the most creative and exciting magic items from core D&D, and will hold a special place in my heart forever. If you liked this video and want to see more, consider subscribing and share it to friends or your evil DM who's easily tempted by fortune-altering items. Well, that's all for today. Catch us next time when we call out those holier than thou.
Show,
What the hell?